Dear God, my faith in humanity has been restored. Hey guys, Honda has proved me wrong once again. Last week I made a video about the end of the CBR600RR, and in the video I proclaimed that Honda was finished as a company. Well, Honda is making me eat my words right now with the reveal of the all-new Honda CBR250RR. Some of you may not know why this is such a big deal. You may be sitting there thinking to yourself, what's the big fuss over such a little 250cc sport bike? Well, I think we need to have a quick history lesson on the legendary CBR250RR. In 1986, Honda began producing an entry-level sport bike known as the CBR250RR, also known as the Mini Fireblade. These motorcycles were equipped with a 6-speed gearbox 250cc inline-4 engine that had a 20,000 RPM redline. The engine produced about 45 horsepower to the rear wheel and roughly 17.3 foot-pound of torque. It came with a 29-inch seat height, a 53-inch wheelbase, a 110 front tire paired with a 140 rear tire. The Mini Blade screeched to a halt via the front dual 275mm disc brakes with 2 piston calipers and a rear 220mm disc with 1 piston caliper. The dry weight of this baby blade was 315 pounds, and the estimated wet weight is roughly 346. The bike also features bodywork only a mother could love. The CBR250RR is a fun, powerful little bike that is very capable on the track and sounds absolutely amazing. Regrettably, Honda ceased production of the CBR250RR in 1996. The reason being is the high cost of making the inline-4 250cc engine. However, rumor has it that noise regulations and emission regulations could have possibly helped the demise of the CBR250RR. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? However, I am happy to say that Honda has finally answered my prayers. Honda has just announced that they will be releasing an all-new resurrection of the CBR250RR. Now, there are no official specs on the bike as of yet, though Cycle World has leaked some information for us to dissect. So here we go, 2017 CBR250RR. First off, let's talk about the looks of the bike. I'm going to call out right away that this is the best looking bike that Honda has available right now. I absolutely am blown away by the looks of this bike. This is how the new CBR600RR should have looked like. Hell, this is even how the new Fireblade should have looked like. It honestly looks like a cross between a Ninja 300, Ducati, Panigale, and an R6. I love the angles. Thank the Lord Honda is learning that the sharp angle designs are where it's at. It's such a fast looking bike. The clip-ons are nice and low for aggressive riding, but they don't look back-breaking. The steel truss frame looks incredible. The dual exit exhaust is the best looking stock exhaust I've ever seen. The forks are inverted, which is actually really surprising to me, but that's a good thing. The front end is why I think it looks like a Panigale. I love the LED headlights and just how sharp and mean looking the front is. And the rear of the bike looks great with its integrated taillight and sharp design. I know I've already said it a million times, but this bike is stunning to look at. I am honestly considering buying this bike just to keep it in my living room as a piece of art. Alright, well, enough about the looks, let's talk performance. Now, this isn't official yet, but Cycle World said that the new CBR250RR will be making about 38 horsepower and 16.96 foot-pound of torque. It will hit that peak horsepower at 12,000 RPM. This power will be delivered by a parallel twin motor, and the bike will weigh 340 pounds dry and have a 140 rear tire and a 110 front tire. The bike is also equipped with a ProLink shock with 5-step preload adjustment and a single 310 disc in the front and a 240 disc in the rear with the optional ABS. It is also equipped with 37mm Showa inverted forks. Also, the new CBR250RR will feature a throttle-by-wire system and 3 riding modes. The modes will be Sport, Sport Plus, and Comfort. The rider modes are easily changed via physical switch on the left handlebar. The gauges are absolutely incredible with a fuel gauge, temperature meter, real-time fuel consumption gauge, average fuel times consumption gauge, odometer, digital speedometer, clock, lap timer, shift light, and gear indicator, all wrapped around this easy-to-read tachometer. Now let's see if this new CBR250RR truly earns the title as the baby blade. Unfortunately, the new CBR250RR does not feature an inline-4 engine like the old one. It features a parallel twin engine. But I'm alright with that, mainly because if it was an inline-4 engine, then you could easily expect the bike to cost $8,000 or more. Also, I must say that the new CBR makes only 7 less horsepower and 0.34 less torque. It has only one front brake, but it is 35mm larger, and it is honestly all you need, along with the option of ABS, which will most likely allow you to stop quicker and safer as well. The engine might not rev as high as the older model, but that just means that the power is found lower in the rev range with this new model. Also, the new bike is only 25 pounds heavier, which is fine by me, considering that it has fuel injection, inverted fork, all this extra technology built into the bike. Despite dropping the inline-4 to a parallel twin motor and the dual disc brake to a larger single, I must say the new CBR250RR is living up to the Honda CBR250RR legacy and definitely earns the title of the baby Fireblade. Here I've made a chart comparing the new CBR250RR with the KTM 390, the Yamaha R3, the Kawasaki Ninja 300, and the Honda CBR 300R. Now officially we do not know the price of the new CBR250RR, but we do know that it's going to have 38 horsepower and be 340 pounds dry. It looks like the KTM, Yamaha, and Kawasaki will all have more power than the CBR250RR. However, it will be beating out the Honda CBR 300R. It also looks like the KTM and Yamaha will probably be lighter as well, but definitely not the Ninja 300. I bet that Honda is going to advertise this bike as the new beginner bike for the racetrack, and the Honda CBR 300R will be the beginner bike for the street. Because of that, the CBR250RR's biggest competitor is definitely going to be the KTM RC390. It is going to have more weight and less horsepower than the KTM, so in order for it to stay competitive, it's going to have to be cheaper. Hopefully it will be at that $5,000 mark, but I could see it at the $5,500 mark still being competitive, considering it has all that extra tech in it that the KTM does not have. My final conclusions on this bike are that I am completely blown away. I have not one negative thing to say about it. The looks are absolutely 10 out of 10 for me. The tech this bike features is better than I could ever have hoped for such a small bike. I do wish that there was an inline-4 engine in it, but I completely understand why it isn't there and accept it with a smile on my face. I cannot wait to test ride one of these bikes for myself and give it an actual first ride review. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.